Hello warriors, this is Miriam Masip, Commander Mimi, and today I want to talk to you about the 4 reasons why venting is so destructive and how to make it constructive. So if you feel like you got something in your chest, you need to let it out, how to make it in a positive way. In my past videos, I've talked about assertiveness and how to face stressful situations. Well, the first step is to take a gap, as we said, take some space. And some people have asked me, well, here, is it okay, like if I'm angry, to get it out? Is it okay if I'm frustrated, if I'm sad, just to let it out for a bit and then work with it? There is some yes and no answers, but if you put things in a balance, just very, very heavily, I'm gonna say, no, generally no, especially with anger. And this is the 4 reasons why. So the first one is it puts your focus in a very, very negative perspective. So as we said, we need to work on just try to think on different alternatives, different perspectives on why things happened. So if that's just how the brain works. We're really great at focusing at something and we go to a point that we can ignore the rest. So whenever we are really just going at it, I just can't do this, this is the way that happened, they told me this and then I felt like this, we are reinforcing this story, this narrative. So that's not what you want. The reason why you're stressed and you're angry and you're feeling all these emotions is because you have some thoughts that are taking you there. And by you expressing those thoughts as if they were true, you are not going to help those emotions cool down. You need to, like we said, stir the gap so you can cool down. So you can cool down and then change those thoughts into something that will give you better emotions that are more proactive so you can do and have the life that you want to have. Because if not, you're just going to stay there with that same story and you're really not going to be able to do anything different. The only thing that it's good about complaining and letting things out is so you can see, oh, this is actually bothering me. Okay, I need to do something about it. I need to change it. Let's change it. How do I change it? And that's what I'm going to talk to you about at the end of this video. So stay here. Number 2, it becomes a habit. And this is why it's especially important with people that have like anger issues and they just like get triggered and they get impulsive and they explode. It's because it becomes a habit and you need to change that. You need to change that into, I feel these emotions and I need to cool them down, not believe them in, and rewire the way I think so I can be more proactive with my actions. Now, the bad thing about it becoming a habit, it's because you learn how to deal with your emotions by just puking them. And that is not great. And also another reason why it's not great, it's because whenever we're replaying a scenario in our head, our brain can't really tell the difference between what's real and what's happening in there. So you are reliving this stressful situation over and over again. Your heart is beating, you're just like reliving it, and that's not good for your emotional health. That's not good for your physical health either. So it becomes a habit when you just need to like tell it and go over it. You need to stop that. Whenever you feel this, you can see your emotions. Okay, what are the thoughts that are causing me this? Let's change them so I can change my life. Make that your habit instead. That whenever you're faced with this, that you become aware that you need to change something and you can start taking steps to change it instead of just going over it. Number 3, it's not a strategy. It's not an action plan. It might be the start of just like, oop, if something comes out of your mouth, if you show anger, something is bothering me. It's the starting of awareness. So in that sense, there is a good in it, but not on purpose, not like I need to let this out, I need to say something. Not on purpose. That is not a strategy. That's not an action plan to make your life better, because that is the whole point of this. You want to make better relationships, you want to have a better life, you want to have better habits, you want to have a better health. Therefore, none of this serves you. the whole point of this is to make good strategies and make good habits for you. So remember, it's not a strategy. And 4, everything that you do is contagious. You have to realize that getting emotions out, inventing, is just putting out undigested emotions. And every time that you do it, it's actually like emotional puke. So whenever you're going with someone to vent and just even if it's a person that's completely unrelated to the issue, if you go on like, you know what, this happened and da 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 da, you're putting all those emotions on them. So realize that by you doing this, you're getting this person dirty. You're putting a burden on them. And I'm gonna tell you in a second when that is in a way okay, when we can, because people are our mirrors, they're our support system. We need them. Yes, of course, we're going to come up with them with issues, with problems. I'm not saying don't go with people with your problems, but I'm just saying not like this. Do it like this. So that's what I'm going to talk to you in a second. You may come up to someone and ask, you know what, I feel this way. I just need emotional support. I need you to hug me. I don't need solutions right now. That's okay too. Some people just need to be heard for a little bit, but like I said, you need to be heard so that you can find out what is bothering you. Very often I come up with my husband and I tell him like, you know what, I've been journaling about this, I've been thinking about this, and I just can't figure out why this is upsetting me so much. Do you mind? And I just like find that he's open, that he's in a good moment to hear me. So I like to use this analogy. When you come up to someone with emotional garbage, you need to make sure that they are ready to receive it, because if you just come up and puke it on them, they're not even gonna know what to do with it. So you gotta make sure that they're prepared to receive this and they are willing to help. So this is like, let them put on their gloves, put on their protective goggles, their robes, and be like, okay, I'm ready, bring it on. What's going on? Let me see if I can help you. Because otherwise, you're not helping anybody. You're making life miserable for them, and it's not gonna help you either. So that brings us to our final part. How can we make it proactive? When is it okay to approach someone? Well, the first step is we need to be able to see those emotions. That's why I always call for journaling. When you're journaling, it's okay to just puke all those emotions and just say, I feel this way, blah, 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 so we can hear that child, that inner child, and the super childish needs that we have sometimes. We need to see them and be like, oh, that's the issue. Well, that thought is not right. It's not helping me. It's just a cognitive distortion. So that's what we have to do. We have to set the situation as it happened so we can analyze it later. Then this is how I felt about it, and somewhere in between were those thoughts that caused me to feel this way. So what did I want in that situation that's causing me so much anger, frustration, or sadness? What did I want? What needs are not being met? Or what are the thoughts that are actually causing me to feel this? That's what you need to find out. And once you find that out, then you need to see, okay, what part of these thoughts are not right? Because usually if you feel anger, sadness, or any of those, like I said, the only way that they're going to help you is for you to find out how can you make your life better. So you gotta think, who is my ideal self? What is my ideal life? What is it that I'm not getting, and what is it that I want to get? So then you can make an action plan. Usually for me, I want to change my situations so that I feel grateful about, oh, this is a very bad situation. And I want to feel proud of my actions. This is not what I wanted in my life. This is what I want in my life. So I'm probably going to have to do this. And this is going to make me feel proud of myself. And this is going to make me feel grateful that I had to go through this so that I can see it as an opportunity to change. So then I can make an action plan. If you can't really see this path, if you can't really figure out what was it that was bothering you, if you don't know, if you need to clarify with the person, go back and clarify. If you really are lost in your thoughts, then yes, that's when going up to someone it's really helpful. So that would be step 2. So first you journal, you try to figure this out on your own. You can't really. So you're gonna go and ask someone, but not just to puke emotionally. Instead, you gotta try to approach them with a solving mind of, you know what, I'm not sure why this is bothering me. Can you help me figure out how to see this in a different light? Because remember, people are mirrors. They're like really good at mirroring what is going on inside you, and because they're outside, their thoughts are cooler, so they'll be able to help. Just remember, they are mirrors, and it doesn't mean that they're clean mirrors. They may be distorted mirrors. So you really have to be able to choose what person is going to give you the better reflection for that issue that you have. And all of this is with the purpose of number 3, making an action plan, a strategy that will lead you to be the person that you want to be, to behave as that person that you want to be, and have that life that you want. So all of this is, that action plan is usually to go and confront your situation with questions, with I statements. I feel, it's very hard for me to act nice whenever I'm confronted with a situation like this. Never. I feel that we're going to talk about this in our future videos on assertiveness, on how to confront situations and how to talk from the I statement. So I really hope this helped you solve that dilemma on, is it okay to then share how I feel and da-da-da-da. Some people call it complain, and that's why I say is it okay to complain 30 seconds or just 1 minute, or use 2 pages just to full on complain, so you can be able to see what is bothering you and you can take the steps to change. So I hope this helped you. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, and please share this. Everyone needs to hear this. We need a better world for everybody. And yeah, see you next week. Bye bye.